Well, before we get to the Kookiest Kook, yes, we got a great candidate today in New York, and we're wondering if any of the other cities can beat our Kook today.
Yeah, this is a great one.
It's too bad we're not syndicated to Georgia because it wouldn't even been close today.
Yo, B, I will hook you up at the crematorium. This guy, what a scumbag.
Besides being a scumbag, how sick do you have to be to just pile up bodies in the back?
Well, you know,
in the woods.
You just
the woodens in it.
Wooden is it? I guess you just get immune to it. You know what I mean? The guy he works at a crematorium.
The story's getting sicker by the hour, too. They're just finding more bodies and more debauchery down there.
They're saying as many as 200 bodies
are just piled up in the woods.
Just piled up out back of the
crematorium.
The crematory.
In their suits.
Yeah, in their funeral clothes. They said a lot of them in their funeral clothes, laying out some just body parts. What happened is this guy, Ray Brent Marsh, 28, he had said, last story I heard, he said, well, the machine broke down. I couldn't light the pilot light on the burner. It seems that he said something was wrong with the thing that cremates people, the oven.
Oh, don't you get that fixed?
Yeah, you would think you would. But no, you keep taking the money from the people, and you give them in the urns cement mixed with wood chips and sawdust, and you give them that as their loved one. Then you promptly take the loved one out back, and if there's no room in the shed because that's filled with other people's loved ones,
you throw the body in a wheelbarrow.
You throw in the wheelbarrow, and then you just kind of go in the woods with, Grandpa, your uncle or something in his nice suit, just wheeling along in the wheelbarrow, and you dump him in the woods. And then months later,
I believe some of the bodies he had to toss on top of the pile.
Toss, and then there's a lake on the property, too, so they're going to dredge that and see if the guy decided he was going to throw some in the lake. And then you leave them out there, some as long as they're saying 2 years.
I heard a lot longer than that.
Really?
Yeah, because
that was the last thing I heard.
Mummified. They're finding mummified bodies.
Well,
I heard up to 15, right?
Up to 10 to 15.
10 to 15 years.
It didn't smell because they were embalmed.
Oh, is that why they don't stink?
Yeah. The bodies were embalmed.
Yeah, that's where they... Yeah.
And they said...
They stink you.
They said that they found the people, some of them in their funeral clothes, as recently as a couple of weeks old. And some body parts like arms, heads, legs, and one officer had to step over a rib cage. Just like you find Grandma's rib cage laying out there. Oh.
They also said that these bodies, some of the older ones, decompose to the point where all the bones are all mixed up together and intertwined and stuff.
Yeah, they do. We're laying on top of each other in a big pile. So when they decompose, they just kind of fell into each other. And this guy was like, sorry, the oven was broke. How much to fix the oven? How much to fix one oven? That is a twisted goddamn story.
There was something funny about it, though. Just that all these people are home hugging cement little pieces of cigar ashes.
As their loved one in their little funeral suit is being rained on in the woods.
Yeah.
Just like the water bouncing off of their rotting head.
Bent over in an uncomfortable position. Head against a tree stump.
For years, not even minding it because you're dead.
Give me the post because...
It's hilarious. Well, John Amos throws them into the shed.
John Amos. James! Why you put him in the shed?
The Post has a great cartoon as far as this whole thing goes.
Oh, leave it to the Post. Make a little joke about it.
There's the dude.
At least with us, you know what you're getting when you come here.
What's the guy's name that's guilty as charged?
That would be Ray Brent Marsh.
Ray's filling up an urn, right? And it's like, it says, rest in peace, 1923 to 2002, with like 3 or 4 smokers around a table with a big, huge ashtray. And the caption goes, can you guys smoke a little faster? We have a dozen more funerals today.
Smoke a little faster. I need some ash.
What a twisted story. Yeah.
Found at least 149 decaying bodies have been counted since Friday. Thinking they'll push it to about 200. Let's see. Forensic teams expected to concentrate Wednesday on the contents of 6 vaults on the crematory property filled with human remains. He said the teams anticipate the vaults meant to hold a single body could hold from 20 to 40 bodies apiece. Of course, if he had to start throwing them outside, you got to figure every inch of vault or closed space had been taken if he's resorting to, where the wheelbarrow? I'm going to take Grandma out to the woods.
Now, how did he get caught?
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I guess someone stumbled upon some remains. That's usually what happens.
You know what's really funny is that there's probably a couple of really embarrassed people who made those real final amends to an urn full of wood chips.
Just crying and sniveling and apologizing and saying, I love you.
Yeah, and saying those last things. They realized they were talking about crushed cement.
And there's the real person, like you said, head bent against the tree.
All crunked over. Shaped like a boomerang.
So sick. With an arm that if you were alive would be so painful you'd have to move it, yet in death you just sit there for eons.
Awful suit all bunched up like a boomerang.
Can't pull that wedgie out of your dead ass. Isn't that horrible?
John, what's going on?
Hair misplaced, tickling your nostril forever.
He should have put them in really funny, wacky positions.
Look, they're walking like Egyptians.
Or like one guy with his head in another guy's lap and another guy pointing at him.
At least pose and have a little fun with it.
John, what's going on?
Hey, guys, you were talking about how they got caught. I heard they got caught because somebody got their asses home and they were a little suspicious because Grandma smelled like cedar mulch.
Cedar mulch.
Jeez, Grandma's got that fresh scent. She keeps the closet fresh.
What a sick man.
I don't know what happened, but I spilled a little water in my husband's ashes and it hardened up and fell and broke my foot.
Take care, boys. I'm going to go listen to myself.
I can't find out on this story how they found it.
Louie, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to say, I mean, I got 2 points. Can you imagine how screwed up it would make you if you grew up in that environment with dead bodies? That's what your parents do for a living?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, and another thing, I had met someone a couple of years ago, and he had just mentioned that his parents owned one of these mausoleums, and they were all into smoking the embalming fluid on weed. And I wouldn't be surprised that it came out eventually that it's a possibility that they were he was into smoking embalming fluid and it screwed him up.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry, Louie.
Oh, someone walking a dog found a skull is how that whole thing started.
Wow.
Walking the dog, you find the skull, and
investigate a little further.
Then you find 200 bodies. Elliot said that there was nothing a company record indicating that Tri-State's response was service call cost $795. The type of incinerator the family bought could cremate an average of 200 bodies a year. That's it? Seems a little low.
Wow, how does that? I think you just do them one after the other.
That's what I thought. Just put them in and
keep the fire burning.
Pete, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I heard he's making a killing for a profit.
There you go, you wacky, daffy bastard.
Later.
Thank you, Pete.
You wordsmith. Heard he stiffed him.
All right.
That's weird, though, too. They said that some of the coffins had been buried at one time and then dug up. Like, what's that all about?
Maybe you remember one was particularly attractive. You've been stood up one too many times, and you're like, I'm going to teach someone a lesson.
All I can think is you dig up an old one to put in a new one, hoping that the old